What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Mock Draft Guy YouTube channel. And today we're rolling right along with our 7-round team mock drafts. And I've hit where the Miami Dolphins would have been picking right now with their forfeited pick. Little, backstory. If you guys don't know, obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably a Miami Dolphins fan. But in a perfect world, the Miami Dolphins would have 2 first-round picks right now. But with the whole tampering scandal last year between Sean Payton and Tom Brady, they had a first-round pick taken away from them, and then they traded their other first-round pick for Bradley Chubb, which subsequently was traded from the Denver Broncos to the Saints for Sean Payton. So come full circle there on that one. But they still have 5 picks. They have 3 picks inside the top 100, 51, 77, and 84. So I'm going to see how much damage I could do with those 3 picks. And the other 2, of course, you never know. You could find it a gem later on in the draft, of course, as we've seen so many times before. So without further delay, I think we should just get into it. At pick number 51, there's some different ways that I wanted to go with this. I think that the Miami Dolphins, first and foremost, should be looking for a replacement for Liam Eichenberg, because he is terrible. But with Darnell Washington still on the board and it being a massive need, I think that this obviously has to be the pick. Darnell Washington, if you're not familiar, 6'7", 270 pounds. The only reason why he didn't get much more fanfare is because Brock Bowers is tight end 1 at Georgia. So Darnell Washington, if you look at his stats, he's only got 45 catches throughout his entire collegiate career, and you might think, well, that's not really that much, but he has so much untapped potential at his massive size. He's a great athlete, projected to run inside the 4.6s, incredible for his size. Not only that, in contrast to Mike Gesicki, who was statistically one of, if not the worst blocking tight ends in all of the NFL over the course of his career, Darnell Washington was a top 5 blocking tight end in all of college football last season. So you get the best of both worlds there, someone who is clearly a red zone threat, clearly someone that might be able to stretch the field, and you get someone that could finally block in line as a tight end. So I'm going to pick Darnell Washington here at 51. I know running back is a big need as well. I know we have to address the offensive line, but you got to take best player available and a position of need. So I'm going with Darnell Washington. Then with the Miami Dolphins' next pick at number 77, I'm going with interior offensive line help here. I mentioned before that the Miami Dolphins should look for a replacement for Liam Eichenberg, and I'm looking at Joe Tippmann here. I know that Joe Tippmann is a center at the collegiate level at Wisconsin. He's got great size, 6'6", 317, 320 pounds, whatever report you are looking at. Here's the thing. I know Connor Williams was actually excellent last year at the center position. I think you keep him right where he is and you put Joe Tippmann in there as a guard. He reminds me a lot of Landon Dickerson to the point where he basically played center his entire collegiate career, and then at the next level you have someone in place at the center position already, kind of like what the Eagles had with Jason Kelce. They moved Landon Dickerson over and it became a Pro Bowl guard at the next level. And imagine finding a plug-and-play starter at pick number 77 on the offensive line. Sign me up. You make it happen. Joe Tippmann is just a ball of clay that you could mold into a fantastic offensive lineman. He is incredibly clean on tape. He's one of the finest interior offensive linemen I've looked at, and if he's here at 77, I think it's no doubt that the Miami Dolphins need to pick him, and he could be their right guard of the future. Moving on to the next pick for the Miami Dolphins isn't too far away at pick number 84, and I'll be honest with you guys, usually it's just to avoid, saying, oh, you didn't take the best on the board at the position. Just to avoid that, I kind of just scroll up and down to the player that I want, just so there's no confusion. But then again, on the flip side, a lot of people go, oh, all you do is just take the best player available. Not true in either sense of the imagination, but I'm going to show you who's available here at pick number 84. Tajay Spears has basically gone off the board. I've selected him in a previous video as well. So as you guys know, this is a series. I try not to. I've done it a couple times already this year, I will admit it, but it's usually in the later rounds for guys I forget that I've already drafted. I've done it a couple times. I've double drafted someone, but I just took Tajay Spears with the Eagles mock draft, so I'm not going to take him here. He's already considered off the board. Tank Bigsby is here. This is a guy who is 6 foot, 213 pounds, can be a starting running back in the next level. Sean Tucker as well, got nice size, speed combination. Kenny McIntosh, Kendre Miller, I selected in a previous video. I'm going with Roschon Johnson. I think that no one knows about Roshan Johnson. 6 foot, 225 pound, has a great speed and size combination. Everyone forgets about him because he was Bijan Robinson's backup at Texas. But I think the NFL draft, I think not the NFL draft, the NFL Combine, Texas's Pro Day. I think a lot of people are going to realize that Roshan Johnson can be and probably will be a starting running back at the NFL level. And with basically every single running back a free agent, I'm assuming one will come back. I don't know if if it's going to be Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert. I'd love to see Roshan Johnson and Jeff Wilson in the same backfield. That would be great. But at the same time, Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, those guys are injured quite a lot as well. I don't know how much you guys like Myles Gaskin. Salvin Ahmed, I don't really know if you guys like him either, but I think if there was someone to bring back, I think it would be Jeff Wilson on a short-term deal, and then draft someone like Roshan Johnson, a really nice, the size, the power combination that he possesses, 225 pounds, then you get Jeff Wilson, who's one of the faster running backs in the NFL. Same thing with Raheem Mostert. I think it would make an incredible 1-2 combination. I'm going to take Roshan Johnson here at number 84. Then at pick number 178, I'm going to go back to the offensive line here. I'm going to take Ryan Hayes from Michigan. This is someone that I really, really like that in the later rounds could potentially be developed into maybe the right tackle of the future, maybe the successor for Teron Armstead eventually. 6'7", 305 pounds. He's got great size. Also has superior athleticism for the position. He was a tight end in high school before moving over to the offensive tackle position. He was actually 6'7", 252, so he put on about 53 pounds of weight and moved over to the tackle position. This would be a great addition as a swing tackle. I know that the Miami Dolphins have a few of their tackles as free agents. I don't know if really anyone's worth bringing back, but it would really be nice to have someone like Ryan Hayes, who's technically sound. He just needs more experience at the position. You bring him in as a swing tackle and then possibly even is your right tackle or left tackle of the future. I'm going to take Ryan Hayes here at number 178. Then with the Miami Dolphins last pick at number 240, I really wanted to pick another offensive player just to make it an all-offensive draft, but I can't do that in good conscience and actually being somewhat serious here. I'm going to go with Isaiah Land. I really, really enjoy watching him. He is one of those smaller school prospects that you're going to take a chance on day 3, whether it be the 6th round or the 7th round. This is a guy who's been incredibly productive as a pass rusher at the collegiate level at Florida A&M, 6'4", 215 pounds, so he is on the smaller side, especially to be an edge rusher at the NFL level. But I think if he puts on a little bit of weight, he could be an exceptional outside linebacker for the Miami Dolphins here. I'm going to go with him just as kind of like a day 3 prototype, project type of player that you might be able to turn into one of those studs. And he's definitely got the speed for it as well. He does lack a little bit of power, but that also could be from his slender frame. So, speed, he's probably second to none in terms of an outside linebacker in this class. But if he could put on a little weight, I think he'd be an excellent player at the NFL level. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is my full 7-round 2023 Miami Dolphins mock draft with 5 picks. Not too much I could have done, but I thought I got the most value of what the board was giving me, and I think I filled a decent amount of those needs as well. So please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please leave a like, please leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. This is team number 17 out of 32 on my series of the 7-round mocks. Rolling right along with about 2 to 3 player profile videos a week. So no shortage of content on the channel. You will not be disappointed. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you see you in the next one.